Hello, all YouTube dwellers. How are you doing? I'm great, and sorry for late again in the new video. And thank you so much for liking my previous video on adventure in Qatar. And I was busy in exams, and now I am free, and I'm back with a bang again. Today is 18th December. And 18 December in Qatar is Qatar's National Day, and normally the December is the month of festivities all around the world, but here in Qatar it's full of activities and fun, and this time rain also. So rain added the spices into December and Qatar National Day celebration. So basically I wanted to design this video in a sense that to tell you guys all about Qatar in 10 minutes, and which is not possible, but I'll try my level best to explain everything about Qatar. I'm at a restaurant for the breakfast, and this breakfast is again a fool, but this is Afghani version of the fool. In my previous video, street food around Qatar in $1 to $3, the fool that I ate was Arabic version, kind of Lebanese version or Egyptian version, but this fool today that I am eating is an Afghani version. I used to eat it a lot every Friday. Before I used to eat this, but then I stopped eating because the bread that they give with this food is kind of a tandoori bread, and it gives me the problem, constipation kind of thing. So I quit this, but after a long time I have come back here to keep the tradition on, but this is for maybe for this time only. Next time I will be eating the same breakfast. Okay, now today after this breakfast I will go to attend the National Day celebrations through the metro train, which has newly been launched all around the Qatar.
अब ये थोड़ा प्रो एक नया आदमी है ना, उसको थोड़ा जल्दी जल्दी इसको नहीं होता है, इसलिए थोड़ा मुश्किल है। इसमें चाय दे दे, पानी दे दो।
इसमें जल्दी वाला क्या बात है? फूल निकालना है, करना है।
नहीं वो एक आदमी वो बाहर से आने वाला नहीं था, पेज का थोड़ा ढीला है ना। ओके। और मैं एक आदमी तो फूल डालता वो उधर दीजिए।
थैंक यू।
ये थोड़ा
I was damn hungry. I couldn't wait to show you what this Afghani food looks like. This is Afghani food, and this is that bread which you cannot eat on daily basis. Okay, this is it. Yeah, ठंडा है?
नॉर्मल चाहिए?
इधर है ना? To tell you the truth, this food is more tastier than any Arabic version of the food. Right now I am at Wakra Metro Station, and this is Wakra Metro Station, and I really like this station, and I mean rest of the stations, but this whole complete system of metro around Qatar has really helped people. I mean, I remember 4 years back when I was here, I used to wait for the taxis around, that when the taxi will come and I'll go inside the taxi and will reach my destination, because at the start I was just looking for and preparing for the license, and it's difficult to get the license here. So for newcomers, for the visitors, for the tourists, it's really helpful to have this metro around, because they can move all around the country, everywhere, and they can have access to almost every part of the country. So now it's very easy. But those days, oh, those are the days that now when I remember, I want to cry, because just to save money of the taxi, I used to wait for the buses. They were the public buses. I used to wait for the buses, but then those buses were 1 hour, 2 hours late, and I used to wait under the sun. There were no shades, but look at the system now. My God, it's just a matter of 4 or 5 years maybe, and Qatar transformed into this whole gigantic system of transport, and this is cool and this is amazing. I really like this, and this is really helpful for those who don't have the cars, who live inside Qatar, or as I told you guys, who are tourists or coming for a short period of time. Or then they don't have to wait for the taxis or anything. And at that time, when I was here, when I arrived here 4.5 years back, there was no Uber as well. So, and taxi used to charge 50 riyals. That was called Karwa taxi, the only taxi available in Qatar at that time, and that used to charge 50, 60, 70, 80 riyals, and it was killing actually. But now look at the system. Oh man. Okay, so the queue started, and thank God I am at the right time, and this queue is going to be long in a matter of hours, so I am at the right time.
Two-way, three up.
You want to get return?
You want to get return ticket?
No.
Change it from the gold card.
So useless to stand in the queue, because machine doesn't give the return of 50 riyal. Okay. Well, hustle and bustle of the people have started, and it's good that I am at the right time. Why this didn't work?
Move back. Move back. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay. I put it on the wrong place. That's why it didn't work. Anyways. It's good that I came in the right time, and people have started pouring in for the National Day celebrations, and this metro is going to bombard after 1 hour. I'll show you. This is a standard, and one is for families. 18 December every year is National Day holiday, which is actually the holiday for everyone, and everyone has to enjoy. No any company or no any employee can keep any labor or force any labor to work on this day. So today is a day of fun. I don't know whether it will cross Cornish or not. Okay, he has got the day pass. You can go anywhere around. No worries. Whether it goes to Cornish or not. This is a free day. This is a day for Qatar. This is Qatar National Day. So we can move around. We've got a day pass. We can move around anywhere.
This train is for Lucelle. The next station is Rasputin.
This train basically is going to Brazil. I wanted to go to Qatar to attend the National Day celebrations, but this is not going to Qatar. But this guy told me that I need to switch the trains. It's better to go switch the trains than sitting there and waiting there for the train. Although it's 5 minutes late. Every train comes in after 5 minutes, so it's not too late. But then I thought, okay, let's have a look at different trains. So there are 3 types of trains. One is green, gold, and the red line. Which all these trains cover almost every corner of the country, and we can move around any place we want. Almost every major place, almost all the stadiums, almost all the malls, almost every corner. And when you stop by any station, you will be picked up by the bus free of cost, and that is called Metrolink. And isn't this amazing? You will be picked up by free transfer bus, and that Metrolink transfer bus will transfer you in more deep into the city, different corners of the city where the metro cannot reach. I am at the Misharab interchange, and I have got my friend. Mr. Vijay, and maybe we both are going to attend the celebrations.
You are informing to who?
This is a YouTube channel. Not informing to your boss. Not informing to your boss. Yeah. The interesting fact about this metro station is that they have got a baby change room for the men as well. and these Indians were actually trending this thing that we have got the baby change room for the male, baby change room for the male, but here you can see the baby change room for the male as well. So this is interesting. So now men and women are equal. Men and women are really equal, and both can change the clothes or nappies of their babies. So this is interesting. This is actually interesting.
This is not looks like a station.
Yeah, this doesn't look like that. Well, guys, so I am at what we call as a parade area or something. So this is kind of a parade area, Souk Waqif. So all the stations which are connected to the parade area are closed, and we need to get out of the train at Souk Waqif station, and this is Souk Waqif station, and from here it's easy to walk towards the parade area. Maybe it's quite a walking distance, but I think it will take 2 to 3 kilometers to walk to reach to that area. So let's see.
They stop here, there is no use.
Well, the security stopped us from going there, and they say that you can go there only with the families. So let's see if we can. See. So they are not letting us get in because they are just allowing the families there. So unfortunately I am unable to go to the parade area or the main area of the celebrations because they are sending the bachelors back. Only the families are allowed there. So I need to find a family. Let me check if I could possibly find a family. Go there. Well, I think that there's nothing interesting going on there. So let's see. Did you see that? That's the only reason. That's the only reason that I don't attend any such celebrations or any such events. That's the reason. So I have to go into the Souk Waqif to see it on the screens. The government has fixed for the people, for the bachelors indeed. So let's go there and look at this group. Look at this Pakistani group who have done something very good, who have done something very interesting in love of Qatar and in love of Qatar and love of Qatar and Pakistani friendship. Sange bada, dod, tagda. Look at this, man. Look at this. Wow. Keep it up, man. These are Pakistanis, and they are really kind of want to show their love to Qatar, and yeah, it is interesting. I am at Souk Waqif. Okay, Souk Waqif Doha, and this is again an interesting place to visit, but I missed the parade area and I cannot go, and I would prefer to manage it or to show you guys on the big screens that government has installed. So let's have a look at those screens. I think it's better to stay here on the screens than going to that area. That's actually a kind of a red zone because Amir is coming. So as you can see that the design or the facade of the Souk Waqif is almost similar to Souk Wakra that I showed you guys in my video of traveling back into the history, and you can see that video up there in the link, and this is the screen. Allah. Right now I can hear the sound of cannon fires. Maybe these are electrical cannon fires because Qatar doesn't have much space to fire the real cannon. So okay, so the people kept asking me that tell us something about Qatar, to tell us the history of Qatar. So basically, as I told you guys, that Qatar was never a poor country. It has always been a rich country before due to pearls, and now due to oil and gas. So first of all, what happened is that there were tribes living in this Arabian Peninsula, or this part of peninsula. The tribes were living here, and Turks, the Ottoman Empire, tried to attack or tried to dominate this area, but they couldn't due to World War I or II, maybe 1914 or 16. The ruler at that time, the first ruler, that we can say that he's a founder of the state of Qatar as well. He is supposed to be the founder of Qatar state as well. Is Sheikh Jassim bin Muhammad Al Thani, and basically this is not Qatar Independence Day. This is a Qatar National Day, and National Day in a sense that there was a unification of tribes. There were plenty of tribes here around, and a unification agreement came into being with the efforts of Sheikh Jassim, the first ruler at that time, and this day is celebrated to commemorate that unification of Qatar. Look at the air show. You can see the air show. I can see a green plane. Maybe these are F-16. I can see a green plane. Maybe this is from Pakistan. told you guys, this is commemoration or the celebration of the unification of all the tribes. At that time, this country became one and got rid of the tribes, and there were no tribes. And Sheikh Jassim is said to be the one who unified all these tribes. And look at that. And this day is said to be the day of unification of all the tribes in Qatar, and Sheikh Jassim is the one who did it. And then after that, man, so after that unification, what happened is that the Qatar got oh man, okay, so after that unification, Qatar got into agreement with Britain. The agreement was about the protectorate, or the what we can say that it's called the protectorate of Britain. So Qatar remained under the protectorate or patronage of Qatar for quite a long time, and then maybe in 70s or 80s, Qatar got rid of Britain as well, and for quite a long time this day was, the national day was celebrated on the day when Britain left the protectorate, or Qatar came out of the patronage of Britain. But then later on, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, the current ruler, decided to celebrate the day, the national day of the Qatar, not with the removal of or lifting up the patronage of Britain, but the day of the unification when Sheikh Jassim bin Muhammad bin Thani did this unification. So this changed 2 times. So the new national day started from 2007 with the rule, or with the decree of Sheikh Tamim, the current ruler. So that's what I could tell you about Qatar. Anyways, so how did Qatar survive from the blockade? So see, Qatar had many reserves, and they survived from this blockade, a severe blockade in the month of Ramadan. They survived due to Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani's perfect foreign policies, and lots of his friends came to help, and literally at that time markets were empty and there was nothing to eat or drink at that time. But then Iran came, Turkey came, India came, Pakistan came up to some extent, and the market lifted up. And Qatar today, this is Qatar. that is F-16. Well, this whole day is about Qatar National Day and a very good weather. And an interesting fact about Qatar that I'm going to tell you now is as of today, the population of Qatar is 2.8 million, and the interesting thing is that 88% of this 2.8 million is foreign workers. Isn't this interesting? It is interesting. So 2.8 million population, and 88% of people here are foreign workers, and only 12% are Qatari nationals. And this is strange, and this is amazing how these 12% people are controlling this country. This is the magic. So this is an interesting fact about Qatar that I wanted to share with you guys, and this is really interesting and amazing as well, and surprising as well, and shocking as well. So that was all about Qatar. I am back to Accra to go back to home. So these are the metro links which work free of cost and transfer the passengers from metro to different locations, and this is really interesting thing. I like it.